YouTube, how the heck you doing? This is Corey here with Watcher of Realms. This is going to be the Zilitu guide. Honestly, just gonna cut straight to the chase. She is probably the best, or at least the second best unit when it comes to Guild Boss 1. The things that she's able to do is absolutely insane. So let's just go ahead and get straight to it. Left side set, Warlord set, just very simple. You want to go ahead and push Warlord mainly because you're going to go ahead and get that 25% attack bonus, and the 30 attack speed is also really nice. There's nothing to scoff at. And when it comes to the substat rolls, you're going to want that attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage, and ideally you want attack speed as your fourth substat. That's going to go ahead and give you the perfect roll. Now when it comes to the right side set, there's honestly only one correct answer in terms of the actual set. The stats, however, can vary. It's just a little bit up to you. So when it comes to the right side set, 1000% go ahead and run Infernal Roar. The reason being is because every single one of Zilitu's attacks is basically a basic attack. Even her ultimate goes ahead and gives her additional effects and additional buffs, but it applies to her basic attacks. So if you're going ahead and using Zilitu, there's two options. You have the ability to go ahead and use her in one crit damage piece and then two attack bonus pieces. That's more than fine. Or you can even go ahead and run just 3 straight up attack bonus pieces and you would be more than okay. The reason why you do the crit damage is if you're going to go ahead and apply her into guild boss, that's where she's useful. So when it comes to the actual rolls, if you're using the crit damage piece, you're going to do a crit damage, attack bonus, crit rate, attack speed, and ideally you want some flat attack there as well. And then if you're going to go ahead and run it, but this is going to be attack bonus piece, you're going to do attack bonus as your main, then crit damage as your sub, flat attack as your sub, attack speed as your sub, and then let's see here, crit damage as your sub as well. Can't believe I forgot that. So that's how you're going to build that. Also, this is just going to be the same nature for all the way down. So from top, bottom. Now, when it comes to the actual artifact, there's also only one real choice. It's Wailing Skull. The reason why you want to use Wailing Skull is because it honestly gives you a really good chunk of damage, and it just seems to perform really well with Zilitu. She does have a artifact herself, which is going to be the Blade of Talkale. Now, fun fact, they actually ran a deal for this exclusive artifact once, and they never did it ever again. They were charging about $30, and you had the ability to just buy it, and then bam, you would go ahead and get an exclusive artifact right then and there. People made a fuss about it, rightfully so, and they have never done that ever since. Honestly, it was kind of scary when they chose to do that. It was not the best of decisions. So, a little bit of a tangent. Wailing Skull is definitely going to be your go-to piece when it comes to the artifacts. So let's go ahead and just take a second and go through these skills now. So she has no talent. Interesting. Elwyn also doesn't have a talent. So she does magic damage with her autos. Basic attack is going to deal 120% damage to one enemy, including airborne units, and blocked targets take 20% more damage. That's super important to note. The next is going to be the Soul Siphoning, which is her passive, which is each attack launch deals extra true damage equal to 60% attack one time if the target's HP is higher than 80%. Also really, really good overall. The next is going to be her other passive, which is the Empress Might, which charges energy after 3 seconds of not dealing damage, and it increases the damage by 10% up to 50%, and the charge energy will be consumed in 1 second and the damage increase will end. Basically, she just goes ahead, charges up, deals one really, really big hit, and that's pretty much all there is to it. Just massive chunk. The next and final thing is going to be the Awakenings. So with her A1 is going to go ahead and give you Soul Siphoning's remaining HP required is lowered to 70%. Initially it's 80%. Her A2 is going to give you 15% crit damage, which is really nice. It's definitely helpful. The A3 is the Wings of Hegemony. Duration is increased by 10%. So basically her ult duration is increased by 10%. The A4 is going to go ahead and give you 2 Rage Regen Auto from your attacks. Then the Final Awakening is going to recover 10% HP for every stack of recharge consumed during Empress Might. So it gives Zilitu some sustain. It's not really the most helpful A5, but overall, just for what she does, it doesn't even matter that much. So if you go ahead and get Zilitu, you're going to definitely want to run her in your Guild Boss 1 team every single day of the week. She's just very, very valuable. Even if you're not running a Infernal Lord like Pyrus, Sulkadins, or Twin Fiend, she is still going to do a substantial amount of damage. It doesn't matter. Zilitu is currently not really meta for a vast majority of the other things, though, excluding the Guild Boss 1. She is used in Gear Dungeon 2, mainly to deal with the topside Volca, but beyond that, not really going to see much application in the PvE content. You don't see her in Gear Raid 1, you don't see her in Gear Raid 2, unless she's just going ahead and taking out the boss for you once you've basically being the majority of the stage. Gear Raid 3, not that usable, unless you're going to go ahead and apply her to deal damage to the boss and help you with nuking the boss down. Gear Dungeon 1, definitely not usable. Gear Dungeon 2 has some application. So those are the main things that she has going for her. When it comes to the PvP aspects, she really isn't that sought after when it comes to arena, at least as of right now. The best application for her would be single target arena, but unfortunately there are many, many, many other options for single target arena that would perform better than Zilitu. Also, because she is just in the Infernal faction, she doesn't really have that much application outside of just the Guild Boss 1, unfortunately. When it comes to PvP with Guild v Guild, she's also not that usable. She had some use in Season 2 and 3, and a little bit in Season 1. Actually, 1, 2, and 3, she was used. However, the meta has very, very, very rapidly evolved from the point at which Zilitu is a good unit for Guild v Guild. Also, being conditioned on having to wait and then dealing damage is when she's going to tend to do the most damage, is not going to be a really good fit for Guild v Guild content. Overall, though, as a hero, very, very, very good. She's really skilled at what she does in terms of just dealing very consistent burst damage to bosses, and because of that, you're definitely going to go ahead and use her in your Guild Boss 1 team. Anyways, that's all there really is to it. Zilitu doesn't have that many crazy things going on with the kit. It's simple. You go ahead and stack up, you do some damage, stack up again, do some more damage, and you're great. Anyways, I'm not going to yap too much. It's just, this is not much to talk about. Zilitu is just a really good hero. See ya.